One, you're going to want to grab a little bit of everything here as we get into our Tuesday. Again, you want to grab that sweatshirt, though. Even though we're waking up to temperatures in the upper 60s and going to be getting into the 70s, they're not going to stick around too much longer because you want to grab that umbrella. We're tracking some showers and thunderstorms along a pretty powerful cold front that's going to work its way through mid-Missouri. Here's the latest look at future track. And again, a lot of this activity starting to threaten some of our western counties as we get closer to about 10 and 11 o'clock, scooting that line a little bit further to the east here as we get close to that Highway 63 corridor around lunchtime, maybe a little bit after that, as we continue to watch some of these showers and thunderstorms looking a little more impressive. Now, a lot of that is going to depend on how much sunshine we can work into the equation out ahead of that line. But again, you can see that line trying to tap into some of that here on the latest run of future track. But also notice how quick that cloud cover is out of here as we get into tonight. That's going to lead to another problem that we're going to be tracking. But speaking of that instability, again, if we can sneak out a little more sunshine out ahead of this main line of storms, again, this gets us into the early afternoon hours. And you see those blue colors. Again, if we can get those to turn a little bit brighter with a little more sunshine, we may have a little more fuel to tap into here. So we're going to be watching this closely. Hasn't quite reached that threshold of issuing a weather alert day, but there is a chance we see some stronger storms later on today. And the Storm Prediction Center is leaning more towards some of our northeasternmost counties in west central Illinois at seeing that better threat of some strong to even severe weather later on today. If we do see anything, again, more concerned about that damaging straight line wind and that brief spin up tornado potential. That hail threat is fairly low, and if we do see any hail, it's not going to get a whole lot bigger than maybe nickel size. So as we get into this afternoon, it's going to be a wind event here that we're tracking into mid-Missouri. But stay with us here as we continue to track that into these next few hours. But on the other side of things, watch what it does to these temperatures back into the 70s out ahead of that line by about midday. And then we come crashing down into this afternoon, back into the 50s by 3 o'clock, maybe some 40s starting to show up. And then once we lose that sunshine with those mostly clear skies, we're going to cool off a lot as we get into tonight. Temperatures bombing out about that freezing mark. But we do bounce back here as we get into tomorrow. More sunshine expected for our Wednesday, back into the 50s for our Veterans Day. Looking at that ABC 17 Storm Track 7-day forecast again, there's those 50s on Veterans Day, and may want to get used to that as we get into these next few days. Again, a little closer to where we should be this time of year around mid-Missouri, back into the 50s. We may sneak up and get 60 degrees. Better chance. Looks like it's going to be as we get into the second day this week. And we got another chance at rain here, though, if you have any of those plans this weekend on Saturday. So something else to keep tracking here as we get into these next few days.